Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paula, product manager, language technology product manager in RIA, the Information System Authority in Estonia. And I think my speech will be the most product specific due to my position as a product manager. I will first introduce to you to the Information System Authority, the RIA, where I'm working for. And the RIA is IT house, the main IT house in Estonian government. And it is responsible for Estonian e-state infrastructure, and its responsibilities are divided into two pillars mainly. First of the pillars is taking care of infrastructure of Estonian e-state. It overlooks the ID tools, for example, like Estonian national ID card that can be used online for authentication and also digital signing. We have a personal services department. This is where the bureaucrat development also takes place. And besides bureaucrat, we have state portal there. The development, I guess most, or at least part of you have used the state portal. It brings together all, like the majority of Estonian e-services and the information about Estonian public sector. And it also enables people to consume the most relevant services for this person. We have just recently come out with a mobile application. This is in essence, it reflects the services that are already in state portal, and we have state mailbox through which Estonian agencies can send information to people. Today, I mostly receive information about my liabilities towards state through the mailbox, but I hope maybe in the future I will get more pleasant news as well. One very important service that we have in RIA is the X-Road. This is the platform for secure data exchange, XD here, between the agencies. And we also are responsible for the elections information system. This is pretty relevant topic at the moment, because we have a local elections coming very soon, and we as Estonians are very proud of being able to vote online. So this is pretty quick way to vote. And the other pillar is about the cybersecurity. This is protecting Estonian internet network. We are running the cybersecurity team, CERT-E, that basically 24/7 monitoring the internet traffic and defending against online attacks. We also promote cybersecurity education, and we develop the safety rules for Estonian agencies and companies. And we also collaborating internationally with other countries in order to increase the digital safety. So I will be talking about the bureaucrat and the idea behind it. Basically, bureaucrat is like a national chatbot. And you might probably ask, why do we need the bureaucrat as such? Even though we have an excellent state portal that brings together all the services, we still have over 2,000 public agencies in Estonia, and we don't have a single contact point where people can communicate with those agencies. And this is a problem we want to solve, so that we're building the network of chatbots where these chatbots can communicate with each other. So in case one chatbot doesn't know the response, then it is transmitted to our agency seamlessly. So these are just the characteristics of bureaucrat as of today. We have assessed ourselves as a limited risk, LLM-powered chatbot. Through the bureaucrat, we provide only information that is controlled by the agency. So this is comes from the secure sources only. Bureaucrat is fully open source. So everybody can take it and use it for their own good, even other countries, though they need to probably modify it a bit because this is integrated with our national authentication system. And it is decentralized, and this is a pretty important part of bureaucrat. I will talk about that later. And today we have 5 back office modules. The chat module, where you can see all the chats, conversations, what have been done. People can, agencies advisor can chat through this chat module directly. We have training module, administration module, analytics, and the services module, which is quite new. And I have talked about decentralization in public services. Why is it important? We currently, as of today, we have only siloed chatbots on agencies' web pages, but we are working on pretty close already on a network. So, and it is important because this way we retain the security, because many databases are much better way to have a security than one central database, and of course the data governance is important. So this slide shows us the workflow in a single chatbot. I think most of you who know how chatbots work are familiar with that. So basically, when you receive a message, it maybe needs identification. This is mostly happening when this message triggers some personalized service. Then after that, the data is retrieved either from the text files or the databases. This data that is retrieved might be needing some processing before going or giving it to a large language model, which then generates the response that is then transmitted to the chat window. And now when we have network functioning, in case agency's data does not have the response for the question, then this message will be sent to the classifier, and the classifier will label it with the name of the agency who most probably will can answer that question. And then after that, this message will be transferred with a DMR, distributed message room, seamlessly on the hood to other agency. And it's important to know that from that moment on, the chat goes on, or conversation goes on with the other agency, and the conversation is cut off with first agency, and all the information is already stored in our agency's databases. Of course, we have had many challenges along the way. It was approximately 2 years ago when we started implementing the large language model, and it took us a whole year to feel good enough to go into production with that. The first experiments, our expectations were very high, but the results were pretty disappointing. It often didn't recognize the language. Estonian language is a small language. Also, we had to set up like more precise search parameters. There is also the data quality issue. This is still relevant also today because the language models, they are not very good at identifying which fact is outdated and which is the new information. It can be little bit improved with correct metadata, but still agencies must be very careful with the data. And of course the cost uncertainty, because proprietary models, they still price you based on the tokens, and it depends how many messages come in, and there is some uncertainty. So this is shows what we plan to do in the nearest future. I already talked about the network. We are very soon starting to test it. We are already testing the knowledge base. This is basically the collection of the data, either by scraping it from the web pages or uploading or through the API. We have also decided to build our own RAG, the retrieval augmented generation, in simple words, the search system from the data. Of course, we are constantly improving our software, and very soon we want to be able to speak to bureaucrat. And then we want to move towards the vision of agentic state. Lucas, after me, will talk more precisely about the vision of agentic state and idea behind it. But from our point of view, I just brought out what is important to us. We want to change from reactive chatbot to proactive service hub. And we think we already have pretty good foundation to get going. This is the X-Road, the data exchange, and the EID. And of course, on this journey, many things have to be changed. Not even talking about technological changes, but number of changes in legislation must be done. And I think the most crucial part here is actually this cultural part, because we need to change people's mindset, because I think few of us are ready to give full authority to his digital twin today. But we are probably starting small. We are starting with adding AI into our service module, empowering some tools inside it in a service flows. Thank you very much.